Planning up front is really important. Getting the right people involved early is really important. And I think from the hotelier perspective, having someone in there who is empowered to make those decisions, to work with those partners and make those calls and calls to that shot.
And what I've seen is a change and a shift. Now you see guests coming in before they even approach the desk to check in and get their keys and get into the rooms. They're asking for, how do I connect? What's the Wi-Fi password? How do I get on? So there is an element of providing the element of the guest experience as part of the guest journey. The bed, the toiletries, the amenities, they're just as important as the guest Wi-Fi. And if that doesn't work, tomorrow morning into the night, you're going to have to issue refunds. So it's going to affect your revenue stream.
It's been really focused on the guest experience for so long, but actually it's now underpinning what we do from an infrastructure and a back-of-house perspective, which is great, but actually the impact of that no longer working is so much more significant. If we lose the wireless in a particular area, not only does the guest lose the Wi-Fi access, they probably also now lose the TV, the access to the door. Investing in that's really, really, really critical, and I think trying to get that across to the owners about how that's a really long-term investment now.
I know that the Wi-Fi I can't connect, so there is an issue, and it distracts the reception from delivering amazing guest experience because immediately there is friction. So everything now, from the time the guest walks in, it's a recovery. Investing and continuously monitoring its efficiency is paramount to the success of the business.
Now actually for that type of technology to work really well, it does need to be in all of the corridors and the stairwells and the underground areas that you'd never consider before. And again, when we're refurbing hotels, that's the sort of stuff you just don't always think about. So if we're putting Wi-Fi in or infrastructure in, it's easy to get to. Again, it's easy to replace, it's easy to upgrade, because if we're doing a refurb for say 10 years, that network equipment will not last 10 years. That is the reality, but making it easy to then replace that during that period is really critical. I think it's really important as well at the end of those projects, to do those lessons learned. Remember what went really well, but what didn't. And I think we're often so focused, both as a technology partner, but as hoteliers as well, of move on to the next one. We've got the next refurb, we've got the next piece of work to do, and often we can be guilty of making the same mistakes twice.